Why, hello. Let's do some more Paradise Killer. Just let me get my Streamlabs done. I swear they moved the launch button over a couple pixels every time I loaded this single website for the alert box on Streamlabs. Move you over here. Okay. We'll do a little bit of this, then probably check out Two Point Campus. Do one of these. Yep. Yep. Bro, I was dying. Unplug you in. And I think I'm good. Oh, yabs, yabs. Yeah, but a Guzman. And one of these. One of those, one of these, one of those, one of these, one of those. Come on. Sign in. Okay. Did my computer update? I guess I'll find out in a minute here. My audio's messed up again. Hello, hello. No, it's good. Do one of these. Ah, okay, it's good. Why are you cracked, man? You should be half that volume. How is this? Still the same. Okay. That's good. Okay. How do I play this game again? It's been like 4 days. It's been how long? It's the 9th? Okay. That's why it's so loud, because I have my other audio so loud. We were just doing the rest of the collectibles. Give me, hit me with a Q. You son of a gun. Where's Spider-Man? Okay. Thank you. What's that? Soda machine? So never has a soda machine on his balcony window? What the frick? It's allowed? What the frick? Never mind, it was a heart. Extrinsic fossil obtained. Fossil of an alien being. The earth is covered in these. A citizen must have brought it with them. Give me a Q. When the Q hits your eye. And below that, gotcha. WB back. Love dies in investigation to end all investigation is the biggest crime of all. I envy you and love with a purpose and noble cause of vocation. That's what I was born to do. And you, there you go. That's the spirit, a bit of enthusiasm. Expecting big things from you, Love dies. Cute. Tamago, phone, charm. Thank you. It's pretty cute. Do we have the 20th island memento yet? I'm going up and look. Talk to the woman here too. The ghost woman. No. Grim Lotus, by the way. This is the wrong building. Skirt. And skirt. One more up. Right, it's Cedar Crash in this game. One more up. Ugh. I found this arm. Thank you. Under up here is a severed arm. Is that? Finally, I have proof that my neighbor was murdered. But God, justice marshals weren't interested in helping me. They said it was an accident, but I knew it was murder. Guess I'll never know who did. I suppose it doesn't really matter, and it doesn't. Not justice, but at least I have some peace now. Please take these. Don't let citizen murders go uninvestigated. Blood crystal, thank you. I didn't know we just had the answer. The way to get more. They're gonna go follow the arm somewhere, but okay. Now I'm gonna go follow the hearts for the meantime. I always delay Crackdown for the collectibles, so I compare this game to Crackdown just because it has some some jumping. Fish. Hello, fishy. Fishy, fishy. I don't have this thing was 20. Okay, that's good. I drank you. C4. Crystal sparkling water. It's a blue gem. Come on, man. Do 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 do. Time moves differently on the island. I can't decide if I like it. Mark 9 does things to people. What kind of things? Twist people, distorts their hearts. I think that's happened to me. So do I. Thank you. What's it, the Heart Smasher? Crimson Breaker? Chaos Domain? Made in ex-bourbon casks. Has a fruity taste. Best served in enveloping fog. Do not look at the other people enjoying the fog. Obsequelius love letter obtained. Love letter from young couple R says he'll kill the moon with a railgun to prove his love to L. Dude, so true. Fast travel unlocked. Vibing starlight. Coveted loyalty card obtained. Loyalty card for Second Haven convenience store. They pride themselves in their fried chicken. There's only one convenience store on the island. The card says it's associated with the nebula. I'll be heading over there. Skirt. Where's the Outback? I thought I bought it from it though. Just missed you. Nothing? Kids love them. Okay. Oh, Switch 15. Monster Rat leads us to the real world to reclaim the corpse of Dire Rose. Tragedy strikes, the God Hunter repel us. crystal obtained. What you doing here? Is it you? I didn't buy this. Pillar flower obtained, a standard carbonated soda drink popular with people that enjoy sitting on their balconies trying not to look at their neighbor in the eye. Q, please. Two more in the apartment buildings that I missed. Alright, you want a blue gem. Cry. Cry more. Where was it? Just you? That just helped too. Okay. The one I saw originally, aren't you? Montserrat. Montclair. Okay, let's go from the roof. Excuse me. I gotta take the stairs. Tremendous game of cart obtained a shooting game called Wonton 51 made by a long defunct company. That a reference to the developers? To a developer? Almost done with the shore. Or I guess not the shore, but the civilian housing. Blood crystal obtained. I did want to go talk to Crimson as well, I just totally forgot. It's been 3 days since I played. Pardon me. Ladia. Top, tippy top. Okay, I can do that. Probably. Almost, JK, lol. Okay. Okay. Grab you though. You the real meat and potatoes. I got him in my phone. I can't. I have like an inch of mouse spot. You go over there. Frick. I'll go down, but I want to see what's up here first. I have a double jump, that's right. Blood crystal obtained. Oh. Yes, buy it. C2. Acid's favorite obtained. Premium beer marketed by the Arcane Idol Crimson Acid. Citrus flavored and light. Perfect to drink in a bar with friends or at home. Completing all the things you're going to do. Carved tablet in here. History of the Enchanted Blue. Ancient god who chooses her servants and deceives them with the promise of power. Those who swear allegiance to her work, to further her goals and benefit from the gift of physical perfection and strong mind. Change rapidly and dramatically to become blessed with beauty and intelligence. Turn they are forever bound to her whims, losing their mind over centuries as they're enraptured by her deception. Currently sealed in the hidden pyramids of Sahara. Sounds exactly like what Lydia said about Yuri. Maybe he has been deceived. Deception by God class is a crime, but deceived one are really victims. What gives him motive, though? Carving about the god Enchanted Blue, an ancient god who chooses her servants and deceives them with a promise of power. Those that swear allegiance to her work and to further her goals or benefit from the gift of physical perfection and a strong mind. Currently sealed in the hidden pyramids of the Sahara. Of Sriracha. Couple things above me. Yeah. Do Pepsi, please. Water. Plain water, stay hydrated, take a nice big gulp of cold water. After a few minutes of doing nothing but drinking water, about almost an hour. What's wrong with you people? Just drink water. Okay, one sec. Back. I think of these last two over here. Last three over here. Please. Ill-fated ring pools obtained. You can trade and collect the ring pools from drinks to get Crimson Acid merchandise. Looks like someone didn't have enough before the island ended. F. Blood crystal obtained. Our time for a chat, Crimson. Tell me about your blessing. 19th Island incident. It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air, like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into the demonic invasion happened. Someone communicated with the gods. We discovered an eating cult in the apartments. They convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs but managed to reach out into space and demons flooded in. Why was this invasion so bad? Kiko and the marshals hit the cold hard, but real shock and all response. Apartments were demolished before the corruption set in. We thought we'd get them. We got them, but the cold had a trick. There was a possessed cult member chained up in the sewers. Marshals missed them in their sweep, high and successfully wiping out the apartments. Guy in the sewers let the demons slowly seep into the island. The foundations of the island became rotten. Then the demons attacked. Swarms of them came from underground. Everyone took up arms. You fought the fight and got blessed. That's a pretty face. Not just a pretty face, lady. Kiko and the marshals were pinned down at the temple. I had a line at the council building. Kiko was never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise. The battle of the gods. Bless me, and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go see paradise instead of hanging around in the sewer. Back for another story. Yuri got some things to say about you. I bet he does. He is my biggest fan. Does you want to be a soldier again? Says you wanted to be in the marshals. How'd you two start talking about that? Asking around about motives? Any things that's to be my motive? I'd kill that council just to try to get to be a marshal? Are you denying it? No, it's true, lady. Do you really think that's a motive for mass murder? Sounds tenuous to me. Glad you said that. I was dreading the snakes getting into you. No secret I want out of this life forced on me. I'd love to be a soldier again. It has to be done the right way though. No, not through mass murder. Where were you last night? I was here in my hideout waiting for Letty's pickup. I'm always running the last to leave the islands. Yuri thinks he's funny but making me wait. Left one judge summoned everyone for the crisis meeting. I didn't have this of that. None. Paints you in a bad light. Can only tell you the truth. If I knew a mass murderer was going down, I'd have got way to corroborate my alibi. Weren't any whispers of what was about to happen? Nothing if Henry didn't do this, whoever did, I managed to keep extremely quiet. Am I taking your word on that then? I'm running a business here. If I had something, I'd sell it to you. Got any secrets to sell about KHX? Why are you asking? He's missing. He designed the second holy seal, and that was key to getting the Clear Council. I haven't heard anything about it. I knew he's missing, but nothing has come up. Why would Akiko kill the council? Secrets aren't free. Deal. Good crystals, minimal imperfections. Kiko is a soldier through and through. She's also their leader. They're the only family she's ever wanted. Marshals aren't syndicate enough. Marshals aren't syndicate though. It's citizens. A security measure by Montserrat. They don't have our immortality and they don't get moved by between islands. It makes them expendable too. Precisely. Kiko has endured a millennia of sadness watching her troops die and get left behind. She wants them in the syndicate, get them gene therapied up and create a battalion of immortal soldiers, end her heartache. Motion the syndicate to try and get the marshals inducted, being refused every time. She's hurting and she's angry.
What the hell?
What does she get from murdering the council? She wouldn't be promoted to a position where she could change the rules to keep her marshals alive between islands. She'd use a murder to scare the new council. Untouchables became touched by the hand of death. She can argue for increased militarization on the next island, scapegoat, and on the citizen. Planning to the next council and creating a martial law where troops inducted into the syndicate use loyal troops rather than expendable troops. Precisely. Montserrat was always scared of immortal soldiers having dangerous thoughts and leading a coup. Kiko did this. She proves that the threat isn't from the marshals. Got any proof? Sure do. I pulled this from the moon database. You never know when something that's becoming useful. Thanks, lady. Here's more. I haven't got proof, but I'm not charging you for what I'm about to say. Hiko falls in love with her troops. That's why she hurts so much. She has had a string of relationships throughout the islands. Someone special on this island? Captain Voth, highest-ranking marshal under Kiko. Highest-ranking marshals are chosen to guard the council during the birth of a new island. So he was murdered last night. Looks that way. So if her lovers are dying when the island ends, her motive is to kill the council to push her agenda through, get the marshals into the syndicate, and make them immortal. Pretty big bet to make. I agree something doesn't add up. I'm not convinced Walt died last night. Don't tease, lady, that sounds like a secret. No secrets have costs. I'll refund you for our earlier transaction. It's a deal. Taking my first steps in the secret trading industry. Pleasure doing business. The marshals outside the council building are marshals. The blood doesn't match. Where are the real marshals? Working on it. If you want to enter the Viper's Nest, you could try the barracks. If I was a marshal looking to lay low, I'd be in there. They don't let anyone in. I'll see what I can find. Raul Carmelina want to kill the council? You know this cost, right? Pleasure doing business. Carmelina isn't allowed on the council since the Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. Remember her father's crime, right? Romeo's fall from grace? He was deceived by a cosmic deceit. Bingo, cosmetic deceit deceived him with the promises of power, standard stuff. Cosmic deceit wanted Romero to sacrifice Crying Grunge in the ritual. That would give Cosmic Deceit enough power to resurrect. Resurrecting the gods is our mission, but not at the expense of deceptions and sacrificing other gods. Romeo was stopped before he could get through with it. Get through with his punishment was execution, and the rest of his family being barred from the council seat for eternity. Let's say she killed the council. You mean how she's on the throne right now? Because she had been sure she would have been on the new council if the law would ever be overturned. It's a gamble. She's the architect of Perfect 25. The transaction to the new island goes sideways. She's a good candidate to handle it. That's not a sure thing, though. Who knows what other options the judge considered? Possible to know how they interpret the law. This was her goal. I bet she was planning on bargaining with the new council on the new island, get them to overturn the ruling after delivering Perfect 25. Carmelina protested the ruling in the past, submitted motions to have her ruling overturned to get on the council. All have been denied, though. Can I see these motions? Of course, I pulled them from the Moon database. I'll give you a little extra for free. I don't know if this helps with anything. Motion presented by the architect Camilla Silence details motion tabled to the council. Architect Carmelina formally requests to see you in the council in light of her continued work and benefit to the syndicate. She acknowledges the crime of her father, but humbly asks the council to reconsider. Motion was declined. Hit me. About 25 years ago, Carmelina went into isolation for a year. No one saw her. Any idea why? Said it was for work. She had a new project and didn't want to be disturbed. Nothing ever came of it, though. We were never shown the fruits of her labor. Why do you think this matters? You know, when you get a bad feeling and it festers, you just needed to say it out loud. Maybe it means something. See what I find. Question Doom Jazz's motives. Why would Doom Jazz kill the council? Got the cash to pay for a secret? It's a big one. I think his origins aren't what they seem. He knows the original secret. Before the first island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doom Jazz's father killed. This was before he joined up with the Syndicate. He was our original military general, legendary soldier. Always heard the rumors about him before I joined the Syndicate. There were many humans the gods feared, but he was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the first island, Montserrat made up a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly weapon. It was wrong, there's nothing there. Doom Jazz's father attempted to hold off the pursuing armies during Montserrat's folly. It was too much. Our pursuers broke through and killed half of the Syndicate before we got away. This incident was struck from history, but some of the existing council members knew about it. Eyes Kwame likes to talk about it when he had a drink, and Doom Jazz was his closest friend. He had the secret slip.
That's strange.
Was? Eyes Kwame has some skeletons in his closet. He got found out. Mathalon was going to be bad time for him. Took his own life a few years ago. They'd been friends since the Great Betrayal, hadn't they? Oz got Doom Jazz out of the torture chamber when he lost his arms. Doom Jazz refused to give up his medical studying, even as the haunted ziggurat in Scotland was besieged. He was captured, tortured, and fled after Eyes broke him out. They were late joining up the Syndicate, and Doom Jazz missed his father's death. By the time it had been covered up. What do you know about Lydia and Sam? I know that it will cost you. I know about their last job. Well, last job back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam, they left the world of assassination for good, right? It isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you're bound to it until you fulfill all of your duties. Assassin is the most effective tool in the world. All tools have owners. In order to leave their old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last job. She had to stabilize the government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change. Why didn't she tell me this? We've been friends for millennia. She's ashamed. They vowed to end the killing. Sam helped her do the job. They were in it together. Not as romantic as the story they've told everyone is, isn't it? Always be suspicious of a romantic story, lady, and life doesn't work like that. Is this what the council murder is? A regime change? Who can say it was a revenge, a crime of passion, a regime change? You got some investigating to do. Do you know why the witness would want to kill the council? Let's see your crystal. I know witness was growing to despise Montserrat. Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all. Montserrat was giving into a paranoia, worried about his precious, perfect island. History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear. We all grown complacent and happy in our freedoms. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. As you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting our gods. 24 hours in, and we weren't doing a good job. Once all the pyramids out in the ocean sit empty. Montserrat didn't care though. He decided that it was step 2. Step 1 was syndicate. Our efforts have always been divided between resurrecting the gods and improving the islands. Montserrat could make the syndicate perfect. We could give our full attention to the gods. A win-win is going to go along with that. You've been gone a while. Montserrat changed. So did the witness. Witness didn't trust Montserrat at all. Has Witness been deceived by God? Not that I'm aware of. I've never had this suspicion. I think it's just some radicalization. Slipping further and further into worship and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant when you got a healthy dose of the end of times fear in you. Witnesses murders the council to put the fear of gods into them, and focuses the syndicate on the holy mission. Not saying that's what happened, but if you want to pin a motive on Witness, is what I'd go with. Witness believes we're heading for the end of times. How can we have end times if our gods are dead or dormant? Only a handful of gods came to Earth, the rest of them are out there. Gods are self-serving morons, they never looked out for their own kind. Take it up with Witness, I have no time for religious debates. Did you see Witness last night? I heard Carmelina went to visit him last night, you should speak to her. Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri handled Lydia on the night, last night at the island, you should speak to her. Do you know anything about One Last Kiss? Is that her name? She's good at hiding herself, but I've seen her. Do you know who she is? I figure some kind of spirit. I don't know who she is in her former life, though. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? That makes sense. I have got something good. Are you buying? Oh, nice crystals. Do you think it's strange that Carmelina went to their exorcism? Did she? Why? I don't know. You should ask your ghost friend. I think a dangerous situation for the architect. Very. There was a reason, though. Some syndicate members could use encryption messages to each other. There's a lot of politics and scheming on the islands, after all. I monitor any communication that I can. The network traffic is mostly boring, but sometimes someone forgets to encrypt something. Carmelina was heading to Henry's apartment. Grace, she messaged Akiko and told her to step out of the room while Grace was doing the exorcism. Her so-called lapse in procedure was planned. Sure was, lady. Sounds like a plot to me. My work is never done. Have you got a copy of this message? They realized the mistake and scrubbed their phones afterwards, so don't expect to be able to confirm this with their phones. Besides, it was 10 years ago. Everyone got a Master Hero upgrade since then. Can you tell me anything about the Marshall station and the first seal? I already told you one of the guards was Volf, Akiko's lover. Akiko must have been pretty upset. You haven't heard anything strange about the Marshalls on the night? Things take a little while for the flow downstream. Need to wait for loose lips. Crimson, you got the inside track of demons on the island. You mean Shinji? I'll start with Shinji. A little punk, but he's harmless. You met him? Why hasn't he been captured? He's weak, he has to choose where and when and where to physically manifest with himself, so he can avoid capture. You've not reported them? He's helped me with a few things. He's seen some things I haven't. Island's going to end, he's too weak to do anything, so what's the harm? Could he have killed the council? No way, he has limits, he can barely hold physical objects, he's weak in astral body conflicts with our reality. What about other demons? On the island, I assume the Marshal got them all after the Henry incident. Other demons, so you're not aware of any other demons on the island that might have got into the council penthouse last night and redecorated with a nice shade of Sarah? What do you know about the secret etymology labs? You mean the one dead zone coded the witnesses and Carmelina's blood vials? Good work, lady. I've been in it, but I don't know how it was kept a secret. I think it was an old panic room Carmelina designed into the island. I've never been there, but I realized Witness was up to something a while back. He managed to keep it a secret from everyone else, but I have a way of finding things out. Why do you start down the dark path? Witness wants to understand why Paradise fails. The fail point in demonic corruption. It rots the islands and causes the end of the paradise. You need to find out more. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? I know that it was crossed you. I was doing business with you. It's a bloodlock. How do you know that? I have my ways. Someone let it slip. Who? Ayas Kiwami. What made him tell you? That was always been my secret. Who else knows? who can say him and the gods carry him through the cosmos, but he was easy to manipulate. He had a weakness for women and easily gave into cosmic fear. Who knows who talks to who on this island? Who knows what secret meetings happen in the quiet rooms? Who knows what gets said when someone has the fear of gods put into them?
Don't test me.
That narrows it down. Do you know anything about how the council enters the penthouse? Do you know anything about how the council enters the penthouse?
Breed mysteries.
If I knew the secrets of the seals, we wouldn't be doing this dance. I didn't mean the seals and men how do they get in and out of there frequently? Are they in there every day? The penthouse is reserved for special businesses. For special business. It's a lot to get the council in there. Big building to be hardly ever used. Montserrat loves its concrete. Wants something large and imposing, hoping to reach the heavens without the audacity of Babylon. When I build it on the mountain, if he wants to reach the heavens, the mountain is reserved for holy grounds. A temple is carved into it. You don't argue with the high priestess. Anyway, Montserrat decided that the council would only enter the penthouse together. His paranoia was growing unabated. Did you know he always carries a gun? The old Montserrat never used to do that. So it would be weird if it had evidence of the council member entering by themselves 2 days before the murder. Council member did that, they'd be going directly against our leader, a risky move. None of us are privy to everything that happens with the council. I can't say that for sure. I can't say it for sure. I haven't heard anything about council members disobeying him, though. If there's evidence you got, something is definitely suspicious. And your product about that relates to Henry's father? Digging into the past, lady, there's truth in the midst of time. An investigator investigates. The third holy seal is bloodlocked. That requires council blood. Didn't know where Henry got the blood from. Henry's father is an odd one, isn't it? Didn't get control of his island. Citizens monitored like cattle. Lived through and through. I'm trying to find out the answer myself. I don't like unknowns. I haven't got much, but I do have something to sell.
Good work.
I was doing business with you. I've got records of some private financial transaction between Arena Division and Eyes Kwame. Kind of transactions. Eyes was giving her money. Henry was born 27 years ago, right? Transactions date back 27 years and 5 months ago. And I thought you were an investigator. Why would a powerful council member be giving money to us in secretive transactions to a female citizen 5 months before her only child was born? Oh. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Lydia should have been doing her fairy woman duties to lock on the gates. She should confirm something about that. What do you know about the escape last night? Secrets about that haven't worked their way to me about Henry's escape. If you think there's more to it, then there seems there might be physical evidence near the scene. If what the report says is true, the only way to the council building is through the Syndicate HQ. If you went through there, you'd have been logged. Check the nightmare computer logs. What do you know about the second holy seal? What are the secrets I lay my hands on? Okay. What about the fourth holy seal? Open secret that requires some kind of godliness to get through. An open secret. We're getting out a while back. From who? Not sure, just kind of bubbled up. Someone probably got loose-lipped after a drink. Everyone in the syndicate would know how to breach it. Not the specifics, but if anyone says they don't know anything about it, then they're lying. Trying to cover their butts. Now you're here. Time to recover some butts. We'll get them, Tiger. Goodbye. I don't have anything else in here, right? Yeah. Goodbye. And may yours reach the moon. If we're left to Lydia, I will be right back, so I'm gonna do a slash marker. Bounty. Rude. Yeah. I'll be right back.